Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. The Dallas Cowboys, boy, no rest for the weary. The Dallas Cowboys have been working their behinds off to try and get things done. And just because the draft is in the books last night doesn't mean that you're not on the phone and working the system and signing undrafted free agents. And the Cowboys have been better than most teams at finding those diamonds in the rough. You know, there's all those players that didn't get drafted that you want to kick the tires on and see if this is a guy who people just messed up for whatever reason. So we're just going to bring you the latest list of where we are as far as the undrafted rookie free agents that we've signed. And they've been busy. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players that they've signed. So let's start the list right now. We've got Kentucky defensive back Zion Childress per Jeremy Fowler. That's the first one. So we got another DB in the mix. Oregon wide receiver Tristan Holden per Brock Smoot. Okay. Texas Tech wide receiver Josh Kelly via Justin Mallow. Auburn tight end Rivero Fairweather per Nick Harris. Syracuse DB Elijah Clark per Syracuse notified. Syracuse linebacker Justin Byron, his teammate, also notified by Syracuse. Virginia tight end Tyler Neville via Ryan Fowler. Stephen F. Austin cornerback Harmon via Nick Harris. I guess Stephen F. Austin is the school. Eastern Kentucky DB Mike Smith Jr. So that's the list right now. A little bit more of a breakdown. One of the players that, one of the early ones, was Tristan Holden. Shout out to Holly Pierce for sending me the link on him. Tristan Holden, senior, 9 7/8 inch hands, 6'2", 205 pounds. Nice, tall, big body. Average backup or special teamer is draft ranking at 5.89. Production score was a 64, which his combined ranking is 36. His athleticism a 65, wide receiver 36. Total score, wide receiver ranking 45. So, and that's a 60. His 40 dash is a 4.57, and so on. So, you know, another body to kind of throw into the mix and see where we are as far as that goes. Another thing I do want to point out here is at least where we stand at the moment. If we're looking at potential starters, this would be the list right now. Of course, Dak Prescott is our starter. I know the haters out there going to say Joe Milton, or we should have gone and gotten Sador. But we didn't. We didn't. Right now, Dak Prescott's our starting quarterback. Running back by committee, Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and Jaden Blue. I think we need to make that a color, Jaden Blue. Wide receivers, of course, CeeDee Lamb, our number 2 right now, penciled is Jalen Tolbert. And Jonathan Mingo would be our third receiver, and Kayvon Turpin, also our third and fourth receiver. Jake Ferguson, of course, our tight end. Terrence Steele, right tackle. Tyler Booker, right guard. Cooper Beebe, our center. Tyler Smith, our left guard. And Tyler Guyton, our left tackle. Of course, our defensive end, Micah Parson. Osa Ndigazua, of course, defensive tackle. Mozzie Smith, defensive tackle. And we got good news on Sam Williams, that Sam Williams' recovery is going really, really well. He's a little bit limited in OTAs, but he is expected to be back completely in July. Sam Williams right now is penciled in to be your defensive end, starting defensive end. Linebacker Martez Lafufu and Kenneth Murray Jr. would be your starting linebackers. Deron Bland, one corner. Savon Revell, second corner, Kyer Elam, your third corner, Malik Hooker, and Donovan Wilson. That would be, as we sit right now, our lineup for next year. Now, that's not to say that one of these guys that we have, that we've drafted, all of a sudden really makes a big impact and a splash and gets themselves a roster spot. The thing that you really should love about where we are right now is, I think right now, before we have our rookies that we're signing, we got about 16 or 17 offensive linemen. You got guys that are going to be fighting for their NFL lives on both sides of the ball. And the Dallas Cowboys are looking like they're trying to build from the offense and defensive line out. They're trying to get to be roughnecks, that they're going to be there, big guys to pound the crap out of you and to try and compete with the Eagles. But I think having more competition and having all of these guys now under the fold, typically we don't have the roster this built out this soon. Of course, we always have our draft picks who will all be in Dallas. The rookie minicamp, I believe, is going to be the end of this week. So time is short. So you have the rookie minicamp and all the guys that we're signing and everything else getting out there on the field. We have the voluntary OTAs that are going on right now, of course, and getting these guys together. But I think this is going to be really, really important with a whole new coaching staff and all of these new players to get as much time together as you possibly can to start beginning to develop a team. Let the cream start rising to the top. Let the leaders and things develop, because they have drafted and brought in a lot of guys that are truly leaders from where they've come through. And now we got to see who is actually going to be the leaders on this roster. I don't know about you, but I am really, really pumped up about this team. This does not feel like the Dallas Cowboys. I know all the trolls out there are laughing and saying, you know, here goes Charlie Brown again, getting ready to kick the football, and Jerry Jones is going to pull it out from under him. Yeah, I hear you talking. And that may very well happen. But as a Cowboy fan, I'm excited about the things that they do. And if they go out there and they get themselves a legitimate number 2 wide receiver, you have to feel really, really good about where this team is going and what that they have done in this offseason, because they had so many, and I mean so many people that wrote them off. And they had so many holes that they had to fill. And they've done a really good job at trying to get as many of them filled before the draft, and have done a great job at getting guys that were rated higher than where the Cowboys took them. So feel good about this, good people. Don't forget, 5 o'clock we'll be doing our members call in and show. And this will be your chance to kind of sound off and say how you feel about the Cowboys. Alrighty, good people. Peace out.